Yo, mind your fucking business, nigga. Ain't no one talking to you, bro. Listen. Yo, listen. Damn, I been woke for a minute. Getting checks need a percentage. Getting so lifted. How I'm so gifted. I played in your track, but they told me to skip it. I just been spitting. Look at me back in my ways. I've been on this shit since back in the day. You cannot tell me that I did not pay for the sins I committed. Got locked in a cage. Woo, woo. Stay in your place. I'm riding the BM, but I won't.
Yo, what's going on, everybody? It's your boy McQuinn, and I'm back with another episode of the Yup, I Said It podcast, live in New Wave Studios. If you want to book a session, just hit us up at New Waves Guam on Instagram, or go to newwavesguam.com if you want to record a video, make some music, do whatever, any forms of entertainment, we got you. All right, ladies and gentlemen, here live in the studio, I got the man, the myth, the legend, the OG himself, the champ, Mr. Melchor Manibusan. Thank you for coming back to the show.
What's up,
Appreciate
brother? Thank you for having me again. Right on. Thank you.
Yeah, dude. The last one we did.
What happened the last one? What happened?
I tried to hang with the big boys, and apparently I couldn't hang.
Yeah, no. We had a couple of drinks.
Couple drinks.
That was a warm up. So tonight, what are we having today? I got us a fatty. Got us a nice fatty for us today.
Yeah, ain't no kids here, so if you want to go ahead and roll that up, you got it.
Oh, absolutely. Can I get a lighter, though? Do you have a lighter? I need a lighter. Yeah, but I thank you, sir. So what's good, my brother? Thanks for having me again. No, for real, man. I'm humbled. Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Thank you for coming on the show, man. Thank you, and we all talked about it, and like, you know what? That was just a dress rehearsal, and you're one of the few people on island that,
he's on a podcast, and I can't be in it. Mm-hmm. He's in a podcast, and I'm not allowed to be in it. I'm gonna bum your show now. Yep, I said it.
Yeah. That is our executive producer, Raj. Makes all this possible, make it all happen. I know y'all got a pretty tight relationship too, so I know y'all travel together and all that stuff. So how was that?
So Raj, I know Raj's wife for a long time. When he came here, and we mixed it up at Cauliflower Culture. And he's like, hey, man, you ever heard of Twickenham Stadium? You're into rugby, right? Mm-hmm. Cauliflower Culture. And I'm like, no, what is Twickenham Stadium? He goes, Twickenham, London. I'm like, no, I don't know. He's like, fuck, man, you got to come. So Raj split. He goes, hey, man, when I get out there, I'm going to fly you out. I want you to check this out. And I think that your brand could do very well in London. I'm like, yeah, calm down. So, fast forward, I went out there. He flew me out. I checked out London. He gave me a full tour of Twickenham Studios. So if you don't know what Twickenham Studios is, it's kind of like Universal Studios, but for UK, And
okay.
and when we were there, so Raj is basically renovating and building a Twickenham studio. Like, he had like a fucking group of like 30, 50 people, like, bro, like massive. And like, they were doing everything from electrical, everything. Raj's fucking company was building the whole fucking. I'm like, oh, bro, this is a fucking big fucking thing. You didn't tell me that. And I've done some renovations to house. I built one house in my life, not a lot of people got to do that. And I built one, and you learn a fucking shitload. Raj's building a fucking studio, massive fucking studios, massive sound fucking rooms. I mean, bro, the Beatles played fucking. They're the Beatles fucking room. Raj's renovated. I mean, dude, like all kinds of shit. When we were there, Jackie Chan was doing that movie, The Foreigner. So Raj worked around, built all that shit. Anyways, I saw what he did, and I saw how he moved out there, and we brought out Cauliflower Culture out there, Anyways, Raj is back on island. He's here, but I mean, it was a great trip. We did the whole, we drove over to Paris and drove up to Amsterdam, and we did a bunch of touring and did Belgium, and we had a bunch of meetings But London is still in play. I think when all this COVID blows over and everyone just can get back to not the new normal but the real normal, the OG normal. If I can start traveling out there and really pushing the brand again and the coffee. I mean, now we have a coffee garden in Chow, right next to. It's about 20 minutes from the Starbucks coffee garden in Big Island, and. I just can't wait to just take my coffee and go back to Europe and to the Middle East and, really, and redo it all over again, But yeah, so Raj's a fucking great cat. I've known him for a long time. He's been nothing but open and giving to me. So he's the only fucking Indian I love. Every other Indian, they're cool. They're cool, but that's the only fucking Indian I love. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Everyone else is cool.
Yeah. And I mean, you spoke about coffee, and Spike 22. That's your brand. With that, you use that to start out Coffee Slut, and I know we talked about it before, but you want to touch up again on how you came up with the name Coffee Slut, because it's just still unique. And
thank you. So 2013, 2010, my wife has a coffee garden at a Hamamoto Gardens, and I'm like, yeah, fuck, that's coffee. So she used to make it and bring it home, and we used to roast in a little roaster, and then we go fucking. So I started getting into coffee more, and when I was a kid, in 1938, my great grandpa, started Colombian coffee in Menengan, right next to Leo Palace. So throughout my childhood, I grew up around coffee. I drank coffee from a year old to like 12 years old. You know what I mean? And there was no Coca-Cola. There was you're gonna go fucking pick the coffee. My grandma cook it on the ground and put these rocks, make a little fire, put a pan, and she'll pick the berries, wash it in the water, fucking deep pulp it, fucking cook it on the frying pan on a fucking little wok, put it into the like a Spam can, a fucking whatever fucking round can, a corn can. Take the lumuk with the lemon stick and smash it like she's smashing Dunny. Take the hot boiling water from the river and pour it in, and that was our fucking coffee. So that was just like normal to me, right? So doing that and coming back like 20, 30 years later and seeing like coffee, and then one day I was driving uptown and I just noticed that every coffee shop had someone in line. Every fucking coffee shop from fucking Aganya to Tumon had someone in line.
Yeah.
I said, shit, this coffee thing. And then I did a little research. I'm like, wait, this is the fucking second traded commodity to fucking oil. So there's oil and coffee that's constantly being traded up and up and down all around. So I said, hey, this might be something. I can do everything from seed to sip. So we start doing that. A year goes by, and I open up Spike Coffee Roasters. So we get this big ass roaster, and we start roasting for the hotels and working with some airlines and doing a lot of gifts and private gifts, and working collaboration promotions with major companies, and that was really cool. I'm doing really cool collaborations with badass artists. And then I look at all my byproduct, and every time I make cold brew, and by the way, at that time, like 2013, you can, I don't care what fucking coffee shop you go to, no one really had cold brew. Very few. The craft ones, Blue Bottle, Stumptown, Intelligentsia, and fuck, I don't even know. But if the 100 coffee shops I go to, only 3 have fucking cold brew. Only 1 knew about nitro. So, I'm looking like, fuck, this, I think this is the future. This is the game. No one's doing it, So I look at, my wife takes all my byproduct, and she makes soap, lip balm, body wash, body scrub, fucking, I don't know, but couple other cookies, brownies. You bake with the grounds. You fucking rub that shit on your, you barbecue. So I was like, I want to do this retail shop. It's called Coffee Whore. And she's like, what the fuck? That's so stupid. So yeah, you're probably right. Maybe like we're more like coffee sluts. It'd be just like a fucking whore. When you look at a slut, right? You see, you got the Brazilian slut, you got the Colombian slut, you got the Ecuadorian slut, you got the Puerto Rican. See, you're smiling, you're feeling me, right? You know what I'm saying? You got the Vietnamese slut, you got the Indonesian sluts, you got all these sluts. And when you make coffee, you can make it in many different ways. So one bean can be made in many different ways, and you use it multiple different ways. So as a slut, you just roll all ways. As a coffee slut, like there's coffee snobs that coffee gets. Oh my god, I just only want my coffee this because they're a fucking cunt. They're fucking bitches, and they're fucking snobs. They only want their coffee one way. A coffee slut will have their coffee anyway, and it's me speaking from me, my experience coming from a farm side, from farming it. There's so much fucking work that goes into one fucking cup of coffee. 1 cup, not the fucking gallon. 1 cup of coffee. A lot of fucking work. So when I'm doing all this work and all these, and you see all these kids in Brazil and Portugal and Peru and Ecuador and Costa Rica, and they're picking that shit. They're making like $1 a day, if that. If they get paid. That's why direct trade is very important. And fair trade, because Starbucks will fucking buy from this farm but don't pay them. So as a direct trade, as a fair trade, these farmers are getting paid when the product is being delivered. You know what I mean? So now the new rules have switched because a lot of these major companies are going to fucking rape these farmers.
Yeah.
So imagine, dude, farming's hard, bro. Farming's fucking hard. I don't give a fuck. You got to be a tough fucker to be out there just farming and doing the same fucking thing in the sun all damn day. You know what I mean? It ain't fun. It ain't glamorous. But it's what turns the fucking world. You know, coffee.
Right.
You 24 fucking hours. Every fucking second, someone's boarding and drinking a fucking coffee across the planet. So I look at this and I said, man, coffee such. She's like, fuck no, your kids go to St. John's, people are gonna talk shit about you. I said, oh man, whatever, right? So a year goes by and I said, man, I think it's things coffee. You're crazy. So I go one day, it was like 4 or 5 years ago, I'm out in fucking LA and my sister-in-law takes me to this place called Egg Slut. I'm like, son of a bitch. You know what I mean? Like, I've been fucking, she's like, what? I'm like, fuck, I've been wanting to be doing this fucking thing's coffee slut thing, but fuck, your sister said no, and she's like, oh, whatever, right? So I eat this fucking coffee egg slut burger, and I go, and I just remember being like, fucking, you know what I mean? Like, you know when your gut tells you to do something? So I'm a bad fucking example, but I'm gonna tell you, and I'll tell anyone that's listening, when your gut tells you to do something, just fucking do it. Just jump, dive, you know what I mean? You don't know, and you will miss 100% of the shots you don't take. So granted, I took that shot 3 years ago. Before, you know, we're gonna be 4 years. So imagine if I did that 7 years ago, 8 years ago. You know, we'll be, you know, Coffee Slut will be. Man, it's just crazy. A lot of things have happened. I mean, I had people come from New York City for one day just to meet me to buy my company. You know what I mean? Like, it's just all from the name, all from my style, all from how we serve it and how we sell it. You know what I mean? The product and everything. Anyway, So how did that happen? I came back home one day and I said, fuck, see, man, I fucking went to LA and there's a fucking egg slut there. She's like, yeah, well, that's LA. That's not Guam. I'm like, oh, shut the hell up. You know, whatever, right? So I go on this trip. Raj takes us and he takes us to London, Amsterdam, Calais, Belgium, France. And so Justin and Cara with me. And every fucking coffee shop I see, I'm like, guys, hold up 1 second. I pop in there, I go in there, I talk coffee, talk story, talk origins, talk style, talk roast profiles. And these guys are like, what the fuck? So they don't know. I mean, I'm just their coach. I'm a fighter. I'm a wrestler. They don't know that that's part of my thing. So I go down to roast rooms. They fucking take me into the back kitchen. You know what I mean? And you know, I'm doing the whole fucking shebang, right?
Yeah.
What the fuck, you know? So I come back home and Justin was working at AK and he's like, yo, man, like, yo, you got a minute? I'm like, yeah, what's up? And he's like, I don't want to do something. I kind of want to leave, you know, AK. You know, what do you got? You know what I mean? I'm like, what do you mean? He's like, you know, you're always doing something, got anything new? I'm like, I don't know, check me out. So he comes over, really, bro, like 10 minutes, kind of pulls up into my office. He's in my fucking door. I'm like, whoa, that's pretty quick. He's like, yeah, I'm kind of serious, kind of fucking, you know, I want to do something else. What you got? I said, you ever heard of Nitro Coffee? He said, what's that? Typical, same question with everyone else, what's that? I'm like, bro, check this thing out. He's like, holy shit. And all I said was Coffee Slut. He's like, damn, what's that? He's like, well, I go, bro, Coffee Slut, the world's first nitro cold brew bar. He's like, damn, I don't know, but I love coffee and I love sluts. You know what I mean? So my sell to Justin, I sold him shares. Anything like 20 grand or something. I don't know what I saw. I forget what I was so fucking stoned at the time. I sold him shares. And bro, my sales pitch was, that's it. That's how long. That's me. I told him about Nitro. I showed him the video. Told him about coffee. He goes, damn, I love coffee and fucking sluts. And he goes, so where do I sign? You know, being dumb and whatever. But he was for real. That day, like after that was my sales pitch. Maybe like 2 minutes, less than 90 second sales pitch. And so he called up Kyle and goes, yo, man, we're going to do this thing, blah, blah, blah. And Kyle works at the bank. He's like, whoa, that's crazy. Shut the fuck up. Let's go. Bring me your money. So right there on that same desk, that same meeting, we bought about, I don't know, 10 grand worth of shit online. All coffee shit, you know, all cold brew makers and everything.
Yeah.
And so from call to pitch to purchasing, all within 20 minutes. Within 20 minutes, we're already making the purchase, handshake, made the purchase. I went home, I told my wife, I'm opening up Coffee Slut. She's like, no, you're fucking not. I said, yeah, I am. I sold shares to Justin and Kyle. Right? She fucking walked upstairs, didn't talk to me for the hour. Obviously, she has to talk to me the next day. We got shit to do. But
yeah,
she was mad. She's like, I can't believe you're doing that. You know, St. John's people are going to talk shit about you. I'm like, fuck them. Fuck them. Sure enough, we opened up. Every fucking morning, St. John's teachers are at Coffee Slut. Get The fuck out of here. I love it, bro. That's a fucking true fucking story, bro.
That's dope. That's dope. And to see what Coffee Slut has become over the years now is it's pretty much now it's a part of the culture on Guam now. That's what it's at least that's from what I've been seeing. I'm sure right now it's probably busy. I know you got some live music going on up there,
Yeah,
and
we
like
got
that's
Gio there.
yeah. Shout out to Gio, you know, and that's like one of the spots to be at on Friday night, and on Saturday night you got the John Dank show there doing
Yeah.
their thing, and
Yeah.
you know, and
Yeah, man, it's been good. We've been blessed, you know, with this whole COVID thing of gotta eat outside, drink outside, no customers inside. So it's kind of like okay, we went from indoor to outdoor really quick because we have outdoor seating.
right.
And they're like, oh, you know, all bars are shut down. Like, yeah, but we're not a bar, so fuck you. We're gonna fucking sell some beers. And they're like, no, you can't do it. I'm like, why not? I have fucking beers for sale. You want to buy a beer? And the guy, you can, you know. So we got very, very lucky through this whole thing. We're able to keep all our employees, and you know, we're still open. You know, we're blessed. You know, and you know, and when you look at it, zero tourists. We are still alive, and we're still bumping because of locals. And we're bumping and we're busy because the locals saw that we took the risk. We're the only ones that fucking had the balls to fucking do a band, do a DJ, put a fucking dance floor, and fucking have events during fucking a fucking pandemic. Now I don't know how you fucking. I'm not trying to get political and shit, but I mean that's how I feel. You know what I mean? This is fucking some nonsense shit. You know?
Yeah.
But, people have passed, and I you know, I'm sorry, but you know, to shut down the planet just for a small amount of people is really tough, and you can tell there's some type of scheme behind it, some type of agenda behind it. But that's just my fucking, I don't know. Don't even fucking listen to me. I'm fucking drinking and I'm so right
and
now.
I get your point though. Like with something that's a 99% survival rate, yeah, I can agree with you that
Right?
they did do a little too much,
Right?
but
That fucking media is fucking dumb, bro. Fuck that mainstream media, man.
yeah, that's
You
what
watch
it
that
was. I don't watch TV. Like I don't have a TV at home. I stay away from it because
No, I watch that shit on Instagram because I just follow them. I just want to listen to the bullshit they're fucking playing, you know, and not having everyone pay attention to that shit. But anyways, yeah. So what were we talking about again?
yeah, we was talking about, you know,
Well,
with
no,
coffee.
yeah, I'm grateful. I'm grateful for Coffee Slut. I'm grateful for the locals that are coming out daily to support us. And if you think about it, there's no tourists, so it's kind of can't say like we're like, okay, I'm sorry, in the military, we have a fucking huge, massive military following. If it ain't for the military and the locals, we'd be dead. We fucking shut down a long time. So we're alive because of them, because of you guys, and we're not gonna fucking stop fucking throwing dope ass parties. You know what I mean? Be a fucking typhoon, we're gonna throw a fucking dope ass party.
Most definitely, yeah. And yeah, Coffee Slut is known for throwing some dope ass parties. What you guys did for Raj's birthday earlier this
fucking
year,
wild, yeah.
oh, that party was
That was cool.
something else. If you didn't come, you missed out. Open bar, food, everything, you name it. All you had to do was bring your ass. You didn't have to bring no money or nothing. You could have just came and, you know, had a good time and vibe with the people. And that's what I like about Coffee Slut too. Is like when you go there, you're really going there to vibe. You know, to get away from all the madness that's been going on. It's been a long ass week. You know, we all got to deal with stuff, and then when you go there and listen to live music, be around the locals and be around, you know, like-minded people that just wanna vibe and just wanna have a good time. You know, that's definitely the perfect place to go, and you know, that's what really gravitated me towards that is that type of energy.
Yeah, thank you, and that's what we want. We want people to feel that way. You know, you can come in there at 7 a.m. and feel like you're at a bar. You know what I mean? It's that bar setting. There's no alcohol, no one's fucking drunk, but it's just that vibe of being, you know, it wakes you up, you know. So I love it when people like, so we have these guys, they come there, and if they don't go to Coffee Slut for their, no, hold on, I don't fucking go to Coffee Slut every day, okay? Me too. I got coffee at home, and I got coffee in my garden. I have coffee in my office, and I have coffee in my other office, right? So I don't go to Coffee Slut all the time, but there are people that feel that they need to go get a dose of fucking Coffee Slut at least for 5 minutes. You know what I mean? Like, dude, that's chronic. You know what I mean? Like, yo, man, I was so just last night, yesterday, today. You know, I gotta go to Coffee Slut. You know what I mean? And they get their little shot of nitro, and some people have their one ginger and a nitro. So everyone is very different, and so if you look at our shit, although like our style is very loud and open and very, very outside the box. One thing we do serve is clean coffee and clean juice. You know what I mean? Before a lot of fucking juice companies or before a lot of fucking coffee shops doing what we do, our juices are all made right there on the counter. We don't have a fucking, we make our juices right there, and it's not even in the keg more than 3-4 days, and we fucking throw it out if it is. You know what I mean? Because we constantly make fresh juices, and if it's not on the fucking tap, it ain't on. You know what I mean? There's no juice. You know what I mean? Like we don't stock juices. You know, and it's more for like the health note. Like I know I'm kind of like a little pudgy around the way. You know what I mean? but before, for a long time, I was an athlete. You know, and it's always trying to keep your immune system strong. It's trying to stay healthy because you have a hard day tomorrow. 8 hours, 5 hours of training the next day, so you got to recover. So you got to drink healthy shit, good shit, right?
Yeah.
So I took that style to a bar, and we served that through taps, and you know. So anyways, yeah, man, we've been blessed. You know what I mean? But that's the thing. I'm glad you feel that way, that you can come there and, you know, it's that chill vibe with the good shit.
Yeah, with the good shit. And then speaking of good shit, you started something else recently. You have your own competition called Champ Chows, and it's a weekly or bi-weekly?
Like once a month,
Okay.
every 3 weeks.
Okay, so every few weeks you bring a bunch of different people from their respective villages to try to throw something down, and you got judges and
So I started Champ Chows basically for Yahoo Japan. So I was always traveling and eating, and one of the guys that runs like a lot of he's the head for Metallica Japan, the Metallica Japan club. He's the head, so anyways, he does all this media shit.
Yeah.
And he's like, hey man, you like to eat, and you know a lot of fucking cool famous people. Why don't you do a food show and have them on your show? I'm like, yeah, whatever. And man, it was one day, just kept like 1 year, he just kept telling me all the time, oh Melchor, you're gonna do show, you do show, I buy from you. You make 12 show, I buy for you. You make 24 show, I buy from you. I'm like, the fuck, you know? So he goes, oh, you don't make like the series and the episodes. I'm like, oh, okay, you know, Japanese, English, right? I'm like, okay, I get you. But this guy, one fucking year, asked me to do a show. He goes, you like to eat. You always eating. Every 5 minutes, you eating something. You should do a show. Always talking, man, you famous people. Maybe you do show. So I'm like, whatever. So one day we're sitting down, we're all stoned, talking about it. They're like, Champ, we should do your show. Do the fucking Champ Chows. I'm like, my nephew, I'm like, fuck, you know what I mean? So Champ Chows, you know what I mean? So my friends call me Champ, and like my old friend, like 20, 30 years ago, right? So, and I like to chow. And then so this whole COVID thing kind of brought out the competition, because all the guys that do all my shooting for Submit and Brawl, they were getting bored, you know? Like, fuck, I've been home for 3 months. Nothing to do. Let's go do the food challenge you're supposed to do. And that's what happened. So like, oh, you can only have like 10 people, or the governor's going to fine you $1,000 per head. So we made sure that we had 10 people. We had, you know, the 3 guys, and we fucking just invited one person each. And they cooked down, they did a salmon burger challenge, and that kind of like pretty much hit. So now we're on our 6th episode already. We did 6 challenges, man. It's pretty cool. 3 guys come, they cook, they show us what they can do, and you'll be surprised, because by trade they're not fucking chefs.
Yeah.
But when that chef come out, fuck, no one's eating better in Ireland than me in that day.
Yeah, I saw the one you guys did last week. Roke won the last one, right?
My boy Roke, fuck, he lost the fried rice challenge. And he, you know, you have Big John Calvo. I mean, obviously Big John Calvo likes to eat, can cook, eat it everywhere, you know, and from the States to Japan, he's always eating all these great places. And with great food comes a lot of money, right? So you gotta, you know, you throw down. And then you got Big Rick, and they don't call him Big Rick for fucking nothing. He dude's like 400 fucking pounds, right?
Yeah.
So when you're that big, you can fucking eat. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? So when you're like this fucking massive, you can fucking eat. So you got Big John and Big Roke, and Big John and Big Rick, and you got Little Roke. You know what I mean? And he told me, because, hey, Champ, thanks for getting me back in. Because every time he comes to Champ Chows, he's like, fuck, man, can I come in next show? And, you know, he was itching to compete again, because he lost, right? So he came. He goes, I can't wait to make the Giants crumble. You know what I mean? And he did.
Yeah,
man.
he said I talked to him about it too. He was
Oh, he
like,
did?
yeah, I'm not gonna lose twice. I lost the first one. I'm not losing the second
Badass,
time in a
yeah.
row. I'm like, yeah. And then to see him with the fucking first place trophy, I said,
Right?
that's my part right
fucking
there.
Cool. That was cool, bro. I'm so happy for him because he did, man. He shut. John's my boy, Rick's my boy, but he made those guys fucking head down. They're just it's something when you lose, man.
Yeah,
Don't give a fuck, bro.
you
You
get that
can
extra
have all the
motivation.
fucking practice in the fucking world, man. You cannot deliver at that time. Maybe before and after, but at that time, when that time goes on, if you can't deliver, it's over, man. You know, second best is still a loser. You know
Yeah,
what I mean?
yeah.
There's only
Ricky
one
Bobby
winner.
say, if you're not first, you last.
Yeah.
So,
You can talk shit about them. Go ahead.
hey,
You know
I
what you're
mean, I don't know a whole lot about. I don't think I'd be able to hang with the Champ Chows. You know, I probably wouldn't be able to hang on the show. I mean, I do cook myself.
Yeah.
You know, I got this little thing called
yeah?
Cuddy's Kitchen where I
Really?
throw down a little bit.
You don't know how. I don't believe you. What do you cook? What do you cook?
I mean, my steak is the shit.
No,
I make a mean
you better
steak.
stop. You better
I
stop.
bake. You know, I love to bake cakes, cookies.
Really?
Yeah.
Really? Cuddy's Kitchen, huh?
Yeah,
Really?
you know, I used to do it because I used to try to pick
Oh,
up
shit,
girls
you-
and shit. You know,
you want
let me
to
cook
jump
for
on the
you.
Champ Chows challenge or what?
Oh, man.
And if you did, who would you want? Who would you want to cook against or with?
Hey, I'll cook against anybody. I don't give
Okay.
a fuck.
Okay.
Hey, bring me your best. It don't matter. Yup, I said it. I ain't going on like no bitch on my
There you go, there
podcast.
you
I'm
go.
calling out whoever.
Yeah.
Big John, Big
Yeah,
Rick, Roke.
yes.
I'm coming for all of you.
Fuck yeah.
I'm not going out like no motherfucking punk.
No.
I want all the smoke.
Oh.
I
shit.
want it all.
Okay. Send me this vid so we can send it to some of the cooks.
This podcast will be out by tomorrow.
Hey,
They gonna
man,
hear
that'd
it.
be cool. I would love to have you on my show. Would you be down to cook? Would you be down to
I'd
challenge?
be down to
Yeah?
do that
Okay,
shit.
okay,
Hell yeah, I'd
okay.
love to.
Okay. Well, yeah, right on. We'll have you. Stand by.
Oh yeah.
Okay. So we do them every 3 weeks. Every 3 weeks is so we're thinking of a Mexican next. And we're thinking Mexican on the 21 or 28. And then yeah, I guess, and it won't be until like August. We're gone for a while. A bunch of us are
Okay.
leaving. We're going for UFC. My boy Rocky Martinez is fighting the UFC. We leave June 13th. He's scrapping June 19th. So fucking, you know, he went in twice. He came out with the L twice. So this time he gotta go deliver. You know, we gotta get that W. So.
Most def.
Yeah, and after that, I'm gonna be out there. My daughter is doing junior golf, so she's doing the Callaway Junior Worlds tournament. So I got her in a little system, a little program right now. You know what I mean? So she's doing physical fitness in the morning, and every night, every evening, 6 days a week, she goes to the golf course. You know, so
That's
she puts
what's
in
up,
there
yeah.
for like an hour to 2 hours, sometimes 4. But you know, she gotta get it in, man. You gotta put in that time. You know.
Yeah.
Fucking it's game time. So we got Roki. Then next month, like 3 weeks later, my daughter's competing at Worlds. So.
Oh, that's really dope. That's really dope. So yeah, I mean, you see you inspiring other people to be champs like you. That's really cool. So
I don't know about that, but you know what I mean? I play a part, you know what I mean? I play a small part, you know what I mean? Everyone got to fucking hold their own, especially when you're doing individual sports. Like, you know, I have a small part, you know. I have a lot of knowledge, a lot of experience, but I still play a small part, you know what I mean? You know, they still got to go on the greens. They still got to get in the cage. They got to get in the mat. They got to do their shit, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
We can just help them prepare as much as possible, but yeah.
yeah,
I'm always-
but having that motivation and having that mentor that's like there, and you know, believing in them, because a lot of the times that's all people may need is just somebody that really
love, that
fucking
believe,
believes
right?
in you.
Yeah,
You know what
just
I
believe in
mean?
me a little bit, motherfucker. Just a little bit, not a lot. Just believe in me just a real little bit. That's all I need. You know what I mean? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I do, man. I'm grateful and to watch Roki. He's been right when he came from Seattle. He came right to my gym, and he's been with me since then, since he landed on Guam. And you know, fuck, how many times we fought? Oh my God, I travel Roki, man, everywhere. Fuck. I don't know. It's been over 10 years I've been cornering Roki. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? So me and Roki, we have this It's called the 3Cs. It's the coaches, competitors, communication. So Roki Roki's not a big, Roki carries a lot of fat, by the way. You know what I mean? It's about 185 pounder, but he fights fucking monsters. Big motherfuckers. So in between all that heat, Roki slugging with a fucking monster, we're still talking. Out of all those, anywhere from 50 people in the arena to 10,000 people, 20,000 people in the arena, Roki, we're talking. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He can hear my voice and not, once in Korea, once in Japan, and like a couple of times twice in Korea, once in Japan, and like maybe like five times in Guam. People have noticed watching me and Roki talk to each other, and they'll come up, they're like, damn, you know what I mean? Hey coach, good job, no, whatever. But you know what? At the time when you're heated, everything's, blood's boiling, we're going, right? Winning and losing, whatever. But yeah, as I look back at it, like, me and Roki have, you can be shouting a lot of shit, hey, do this, do that, and they do it. And sometimes you're shouting so much shit that the guy's all fucked up, or he's blank, that everything shuts out, that he don't hear you. Roki's slugging with monsters, and we talking, nigga. We having a full-blown conversation. Full-blown. I'm not yelling you, man. We're just talking. Okay, Rogue, yeah, just watch it left hand, put it in, dip it, chuck it under, whatever. And he's doing it. So we're talking. Yeah, I know. I can't get it. What about this way? You know what I mean? We're just constantly talking. So these people are tripping out. Like, Roki's having a full-blown fucking conversation, fighting a guy twice his size. So I'm really, really, hoping that this one, the 19, Roki breaks through and gets that W for their Uncle Dana White. You know what I mean?
Most definitely. And yeah, that's cool. Like, we're starting to see a lot more people from Guam like make it in the UFC.
So we got my boy Trevin Jones is going in there twice and knocked two motherfuckers out twice. So
Trevin's the homie. I just saw Trevin last week.
Trevin's fucking shut up right now. Trevin's fucking paving the way again, the new road. You know what I mean? And then you got Frank the Crank up next. I think Frank's fighting I think sometime this month, right? He left last week. He left the day of Champ Chows, I think. I don't know. I forgot it. I forget, but Frank is up next. So Frank in June, Roki in June. They're both in June.
And I think Trevin's July.
Trev's July 24 or something like that.
Yeah.
Right? So Trev's back on the island. He's training with the boys. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I catch him all the time in the gym. Sometimes I catch him at Custom. Sometimes I catch him at Paradise. Sometimes I see him out. Yeah, but I bump into him all the time. Yeah, Trevin. I remember Trevin from back in the PXC days. That's when I first met him, when he won the title.
Yeah.
When he won the title, he came out to the W, and, he was showing everybody love. I'm like, oh, what's up, Champ? Let me take a picture with the belt. Like, Trevin's always been a really down-to-earth guy.
Trev, bro. Yep.
And to just see him, like, you see, like, that dude, he fucking lives in the gym. There's not a day where he's not working on his craft, and you're starting to see it pay off. And I mean, obviously, the biggest fighting profession in the world. He's knocking motherfuckers out in the UFC now. You know,
Trev's an athlete. He's also a football player. A lot of people, I don't know if people know, but he's a fucking badass skater too. You know what I mean? Trev can skate, dog. Trev can fucking skate.
I didn't know that.
Trev can going up and down. He ollie and flipping and shit. He fucking rail sliding and truck sliding. Yeah. Trev's smooth. He's a fucking smooth cat. So I'm very excited for Trev's future in the UFC. Frank the Crank, I think he's already seventh fight, right? 6, 7, 8 fight in the UFC right now. So I want my boy Crank to get a W. I want Rogue to get the W. So what's gonna happen? If you got Trev getting the W's, Frank getting the W's, Rogue getting the W's, now you got you got 3 local boys in 3 different weight classes, fucking making some fucking noise, right? Winning. Look at right. You're gonna feel that you saw the energy, right? You got. You know what I mean? Now you come into Guam. So a lot of people don't know, like, Guam's 36 miles. We got 36 world champions. We got a world champ per fucking square mile in Guam. We're a true fight island. You know what I mean? Now I'm, 25 years ago, I wouldn't have thought of my position today. I would go to Japan and, fight all these guys, or fight the Brazilians, fight the Japanese, fight the Russians, and I was young, I just wanted, I was competing, whatever. 25 years later, those corporations, those fight promotions, those companies, they're now like, we talk a lot, you know what I mean? So they want their guys to fight in Guam now. So Guam's been a fucking fight island, dude. Before fight island was a fucking thing.
Yeah.
no disrespect to the fucking boys out in Abu Dhabi, Sheikh Tanoon and them, but you know what I mean? Like, they built that fight island. Homie, we are Fight Island. You know what
Yeah,
I mean? You know what I mean? So when you look at Fight Island, what's up, baby? When you talk about Fight Island, I mean, Guam's a fucking true Fight Island. You know what I mean? And now on the biggest stage, look at Roki. Well, Roki's a fucking deep champ in Japan, fucking fighting in Ryzen. And then now in the UFC, so we got boys, man. Our boys have we played. We've been playing at the top a lot for a long time, for years. I think a lot of it was they always looked at Guam as being like, "Hey, Melchor, can your guy fight in 3 days?" I'm like, "Motherfucker, like you couldn't call me like 2 weeks ago." You know what I mean? They always set us up for last minute, but I always send people out, bro. And tell you, not only in my gym, if I had a 185 right now, you ready? No, and fuck, then I call another gyms. So I give, even if they're not in my gym, I give a lot of different gyms love, and I get them fucking fights off island. You know what I mean? So
yeah,
it's we gotta, and it's called experience. You just gotta go out there and get the experience. You know what I mean? And the more experience we have, the greater we can be. It's just experience. Your experience and time, right? You need that,
Yeah.
You can sit in the office all fucking day, but you got to go get the experience, So.
Most def. And yeah, that's kind of funny you mentioned that, because I think Trev's first fight in UFC, it was like 36-hour notice or some shit like that.
Yeah.
He basically only had about a day and a half. So, and I've flown from Guam to Vegas or to California. It's about a 20-hour flight because you got that layover in Hawaii. And
not eating too.
Yeah, so
then you got to go out there and work. It took him like 16 hours to cut. Took him a day to cut 16 pounds or some shit, right? And then he fucking some shit like that, something wild. And then to go in and take that punishment from that dude, soak up all that shit,
who was
and then
already
come
prepared
out
to
with
fight.
come up with a fucking a right hook and drop him, knock him out. You know what I mean? So, yeah, who came prepared to fight? So. I'm stoked for the Guam boys. Trev and Frank, they come in and out of my gym and they train, and that's the beauty of Spike, right? It's like Spike 22. I have my core boys that have been with me for 5, 10, 15, 20 years. 20 years will be Spike 22 next year in October. October will be 20 years for Spike, man. And we fought everyone. We fought Trevor. We fought Frank the Crank. You know what I mean? We fought everyone. My gym fought everyone.
Yeah.
And all the guys we fought, and it's funny because they fought 10 years ago. And so if you look at my cage, if you go to an MMA training, all those guys have fought each other one way or another in the past 20 years. But it's I call it, we build friendships through fighting. And in my business, that's the only way to grow, man. You're either on the other side of the fence or you're on my side of the fence. And it's going to be like that all the fucking time till I die. You know, it's just how it is. It's competition, right? But when you look at the beauty of martial arts and mixed martial arts, not NHB. NHB was back in the day. Fucking everyone trying to prove, who's a fucking got, you know what I mean? Who got the biggest heart. Now, it's when you look at the strength of mixed martial arts and the culture and the community it brings together, all those, you go to my gym, you look at that cage, and all those guys have fought each other, and they're all laughing and training and sweating and bleeding together, bro. Bro, that mat got about 20 pounds of fucking 2-3 gallons of fucking sweat, and you know what I mean, on that thing, and it was all it's that's how we do it, man. We build friendship through fighting.
Wow, that's...
I don't know if that sounds a little bit weird, but
yeah, I mean,
that's culture.
I mean, that's
my culture,
that's a part of the culture. I mean, because it's like that in the martial arts world, it's like that in the boxing world, and just in combat sports in general.
Yeah, right.
So yeah, I can kind of understand. Yeah. I know one of my good friends, my boy Sean, he trains with people sometimes. I know because I know he still works. He's still working on the ship right now. He's been training a boxer.
Yep. Yeah, he's cool. He's a cool cat.
Yeah, he's always down to train people. He wanted me to train. I'm like, dude, I'm not about to fight.
Yeah, it's a great workout too, though. Like I have my kids do it as much as or when they can, but it's not for them to be in the cage and fight. But man, it's a great workout. It's also self-defense too. You know what I mean? There's a lot of crazy motherfuckers out there right now. You know what I mean? So to learn a little 1-2 and how to protect and how to move and how to run, that's important too. Like You know, maybe if I got a gun, we could chase his ass down. But if I got a knife, I'm gonna step back. You know what I mean? A guy with a knife that knows how to use a knife will fucking slice you up, beat you on all the right spots, and you'll be dead in 30 seconds. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, you know, nothing the medics can't do. You know what I'm trying to say? At least with bullet shots, a guy had a gun, we were gonna charge him, we'd take a couple of shots, we're gonna fucking get that gun. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But, anyways.
Yeah, that's probably the only time I would consider fight just for self-defense purposes. Is I'm not really.
And it's a great sweat.
Yeah, because I can't just see myself just fighting for fun. I don't know. That's never really been my thing.
No, fighting for fun is cool too. You know what I mean? When you practice those certain moves and situations and scenarios and certain skills and timing, and you see all of that put together at one time or in 1 second, because a lot can happen in 1 fucking second. You know what I mean? So if you put you can put like, it's like getting 5-dimensional. If you can put a lot of shit together in 1 or 2 seconds, man, and you all feel it flow. You know what I mean? You're like, ooh, damn. Someone's like, it's like, when you ejaculate, you know what I mean? Oh shit, that was fucking good. Whew. You know, it's one of those things. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I know you the mayor of Guamsterdam.
Yeah.
The mayor of
The
Guamsterdam.
mayor.
You got the blunt right there. So I wanted to ask you, where have you gotten like the best weed from your life? It's like,
that would be tough to say, I really, really, really have to say this, right? And it's not, again, fuck me, make a disclaimer. It's not because I'm fucking from Guam. I'm just saying, again, me personally, I kind of speak for other people, but I've been to Palau twice, right? They got a lot of weed there back in the days in the 80s and 90s. They were shipping marijuana from Palau. It's called from Peleliu, and really good bud. I've been to Vancouver, BC 4 times. You know what I mean? And, obviously I lived in Seattle, Washington. Really good bud up there. At that time, California didn't have anything really, really good. And then a lot of stuff came from the Europeans. And you got Spain and Amsterdam. So I've been to Spain. I've been to Amsterdam 10 times. And before, like, I just, I don't. So I'm a coffee slut, right? So when I get into coffee, I get deep. You know what I mean? When I get into fighting, I get deep. If I get into fighting, when I get into coffee, I want the best fucking coffee. I got geisha at my house. I got geisha at my roast room. Geisha coffee is the most expensive coffee. You know what I mean? I got Crown Royal. I got Crown Jewel coffee. I got grass. They're very high end, and I got my coffee, which is pretty expensive and high end too as well.
Yeah.
It's called one of the best neutral seeds around. Then when I get into MMA, I want to play with the best. We want to play with the UFC. We want to play with Ryzen. I fought in K1. I fought in Dream. So and then when I get into cannabis, I wanted to get with the best. And where is the best? Well, Vancouver, BC. So I fucking flew there 4 times. I flew to Seattle and I drove across the way, right? Palau is a shit. We gotta fly to Palau. Amsterdam to shit. I gotta fly out there. The thing about Amsterdam was very open. You know what I mean?
yeah.
And so I used to chase a lot of strains, and I used to go out there and sample a lot. You know what I mean? I was very fortunate because I was wrestling and I was fighting. So that took me traveling. Before that, my mom took me traveling. Down to Israel and Palestine, and getting fucking Moroccan hash. You know what I mean? From the terrorists and shit. Those things were very. It's a great life experience that I would not let my fucking kids do. But I did it, and because I wanted to try and. Oh, you had the good weed. I want to see what kind of weed you got. Let me see that shit. Oh, that shit's good. Can I buy some of that? You know what I mean? I would like to. You know what I mean? Get a head change. And I did that across the way, man, around the world. You know what I mean? Like this and like that. And you learn and you travel and you see everyone's style of growing and all the different weeds. And I have to say some of the best bud that I have tried out of all the way out there, and even in California, some Guam weed. You know what I mean? And some really, you can take the stateside weed and you can compare it to Guam weed, and if we did a blind tasting, the Guam weed might win. You know what I mean? So, yeah, we up there, dog. We fucking up there. And I tell you that. I tell your followers and your fans that we up there. Don't let our little islands think that we don't know. We know. A lot of people here know. We know. We know what good weed is. We know how to grow good weed, and the people that are working out there, and all these big corporations and big brands that are out there, there's some Guam boys working in there too. You know what I mean? So we in there too. You know what I mean? So it's good. Like, so yeah, where's the best bud ever? Like, You know, for me and for my own, because again, it's like, you know, when you smoke weed, it's like drinking wine, it's like drinking whiskey, you know, it's like drinking beer. Everyone has their type of beer they want to drink.
Right.
You know, everyone has their type of whiskey they want to drink. Everyone has that. You can show a girl all the wine, she's like, she only wants Pinot or Cabernet. Only. I don't care if you want to give her a $500 glass. She wants a $50 glass. You understand what I'm saying? Like, they know what they want. So for me, one of the best weeds I ever tried was mine, which is called the White Rhino. And I grew it myself. I grew it for 13 months, and it was I had the strain, and before the typhoon came, and blew off my roof, and we lost our 3 mothers. But that strain I grew, it was possibly the best that I ever tried. Very euphoric, and it's a hybrid, so it can go both ways. But we got the seed from Vancouver, British Columbia. So that's the reason why I went back there 4 fucking times, was to find the fucking strain, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And try to, and went to the same place, asking what's the same people, and we get them, we try them, we grow them into phenols, and it just wasn't the same. So was it a really true right wino? I don't know. Did I just get something that I never tried? And the guy, but we bought it from the dude. My friends bought 20 seeds. They gave it to me, and it was, you know, one of the best shit that I ever fucking tried. But I've been to Amsterdam 7 times. I've been to Amsterdam 10 times. 7 times to find that particular strain. They'll call me, hey, Melchor, how you doing? We have the White Rhino coming soon. You want to come? I'm out in Amsterdam like 3 weeks after their call. Because, you know, when it's coming, you know, it's still there, right?
Yeah.
And you always want to, you know, let it mature, which is curing. So I get out there and I'm so excited. I get my hotel, fucking go there, get my bicycle right over there, and it's not it. You're like, no, what the fuck? So remember, there was no Instagram back in the day. Ain't no fucking WhatsApp video call. You know what I mean? Like, they'll call you from the fucking phone, and you gotta fly the fuck out there, and you gotta go fucking check that shit. You know what I mean? So
yeah,
you know, so I've done my share, my time, and I'm putting that in, and really, but yeah, Guam has some really good weed, bro. And I think if we did a little blind tasting against the best in the world, they come to Guam and we bring our shit out there. If we could fly it out there across legally, then I think, you know, Guam buds can win too, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
I agree. Yeah, Guam do got some good buds.
Remember the last time we smoked?
Oh man.
Yeah.
You want to see a dead body?
No, it was some good fun, man. That was good fun.
Yeah, well, that was a good time. That's why I'm like, you know what, let me just make a video and just make fun of it. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like, that's all we did. We like, yeah, let's make a joke out of it. You know, the last podcast, it came out kind of bad, and you know, I caught some hell from Raj for it.
Yeah.
Of course, when I'm like, okay, I'm gonna fix it. I'm gonna make it right.
Yeah.
We'll make this
is
little
cool,
video
man.
and make
It's
it
cool, it's
fun.
cool.
And
I like the new studio. I like the setting. You know what I mean? New wave,
yeah, New Wave Studios.
Cool,
yeah,
cool.
You know, and we always appreciate, you know, when you come out to support us. You know, it means a lot when someone of your caliber, you know, come through and fuck with us. You know, because you know we're still growing as a brand, and we're still trying to.
Man, homie, we all growing. You know what I mean? We all still growing, right? So, I'm down. Like I said, Raj, I known him for a minute. You know what I mean? And Raj always helped me out. Hey, Raj, come and fix this. He come. I think the motherfucker, he does so much shit at my house. He never even sent me the bill. You know what I mean? So there's different. You know what I mean? There's friends and then there's brothers, right? And there's business partners, whatever. But depending on how you flow with each other, you know. So Raj is, Raj calls me, I come. You know what I mean? Raj calls me, I'll come. It's my brother. Yeah.
Yeah.
This is cool, man. So what's next for who's up next on your show?
You know, that one, I don't know yet. Honestly, when I try to, you know, figure out what guests I want to have come on and stuff, I got to try to figure out what their schedule is and if they're actually free to come on.
Yeah.
But something I want to do in the future, you know, it's still Mental Health Awareness Month, so
That's cool.
You know, I definitely want to try to have a guest or two come on, you know, to speak about, you know, mental health and, you know, and that kind of thing. And then, you know, next month, getting ready for summer, so do a few summer podcasts and, you know, try to have something set for July. You know, it's around Liberation time, so, you know, hopefully I can have somebody who knows a little bit about Liberation Day. I think the Liberation Princess is watching, too. Shoban, I think you watching. I want to have you come on. She was the last Liberation Princess, I think,
cool. Yeah.
in 2019, because, you know, I think it was canceled last year because of COVID.
Yeah.
So... yeah, this is definitely. I try to, you know, I talk to the fellas all the time. Like, okay, what should I do? You know, and I'm always open for ideas. You know, I'm always trying to, you know, to grow the podcast and just do different shit. You know what I mean? I want my show to stand out.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I don't want to just be the typical podcast. You know, I want to do off the wall shit. I want people to be entertained.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So
let's go hit this joint, man. You want to hit this, man? Or like, come on.
Peer pressure. Peer pressure.
It's not
Peer
even
pressure.
about peer pressure. I like it when you're stoned. You cool cat. If this can work though, you might be lucky.
I hit it once for the pod. Once for the pod.
Man.
Once for the pod,
it's
y'all.
always good to share medicine. You know, it's just medicine, man. Just to elevate it a little bit. I'm good. Right there. Put it right there. Right on.
There we go.
But yeah, man. Thanks for having me on your show, man. This is cool, man. I wish you, you know, I'm not ending it. I'm just saying it. Just I wish you much success in this. You know what I mean? It's a new thing too now. It's not like you have to have like a massive studio and like fucking 1,000 employees, right? You know what I mean? Like now, technology has helped small business people like ourselves to grow very cheap. You know what I mean? Like before, imagine you want to do a podcast, they charge your ass for the fucking studio, you know?
Yeah, and I was, when I started doing these, I was just doing these in my apartment.
Yeah.
And a spell, he was just like, hey, why don't you talk to Raj and like see if you can get in the studio?
Yeah.
And I met Raj, but it was a long time ago. It was like 5 years ago. And I'm like, I don't even know if this motherfucker remember me because I've been off island for so long.
Yeah.
And you know, and I came in here and I talked to him about it, and he was like, yeah. And I was like, holy shit, you know what I mean? And I've been a fan of these guys too. Like while I was off island, I watched everything that they do, and I'm like, man, if I can just, you know, one day even make a song with them or like even work in their studio to some capacity, like to me that'll be everything. But like now I'm actually a part of the New Waves family. It just means
cool,
man. You know, it feels like full circle.
Yeah.
You
I'm
know,
happy
so
for you. Brother, I have a question for you. So you're from LA, right?
yes, sir.
So I'm headed out there. I gotta take my daughter, my daughter to golf, but I'm gonna be out there for June 22 to the July 4th. What do you any golf courses? Where were you from?
So I'm from Watts originally.
Watts.
Then I moved to Palmdale, Lancaster. So as far as golfing goes, I have no
idea. Oh man.
But I'm sure there's stuff
grab
out
yourself
there.
a set of sticks, man.
Yeah, see, I mean,
That's
I know
the
they got the
game.
Tumon out there, right? I be seeing people
game.
golfing and shit out there. I gotta go check it out.
That's the game, bro.
But if you go to San Diego, you already know about Torrey Pines.
Yeah. We got my daughter set up with a bunch already. Yeah, at least I'll be out there for a minute. Yeah, we also got some tours and some cannabis tours, so that'll be cool. Excited for that. And turn it into a little business script too, right? Can't just be all play. You know what I mean?
Yeah, most definitely.
My dad's what the hell are you doing out there playing around? You know what I mean? You gotta act like I'm working, right?
Right.
Vacation shit, man. There's no fucking vacation. You know what I mean? I'm teasing.
Yeah.
But yeah, man. So what else is good? What's next, my brother? What's next?
What's next? We just, we're gonna just keep on keeping on.
Yeah.
Get ready for summertime. You know, that's when.
You guys got anything big coming up for summer?
I know I talked to the guys about this before, but we're supposed to be doing like a roast of me because we were supposed to do it last year for my birthday. You know, because I'm always like giving the guys hell. I'm always giving them shit. So I'm like, yo, why don't we just have an event where
everyone roast you?
Yeah, I know, like, dude, that'll be something different. It'll be fun,
cool.
And and I can take a joke. You know, if I do shit, I gotta be able to take it.
Yeah.
You
So
know,
what about Champ Chows? So you're
Champ
down
Chows.
or what?
I'm down to
For
do
real?
Champ Chows.
Yeah,
for real.
So what can you cook? Anything Asian? Okay, no Asian. Okay. So what? Tell me, and we'll fit you in. So what? You're a steak kind of guy. Are you a barbecue kind of guy? You a griller? You a fryer? What are you?
I'm a fryer and baker. I'm not that good on the grill.
Baker. Okay.
Yeah.
You're not that good. Really not that good. Oh man. Okay, so you gotta work in them skills. Okay. You have a girl? Not yet? Okay,
not yet.
We gotta work that grill.
Oh, yeah,
So you're a
I can
baker.
learn the grill.
You're a baker. So usually Champ Chows shows are 30 minutes.
Yeah.
So we gotta keep that shit tight. You know
Oh
what I
yeah,
mean?
so you gotta cook some shit
you
quick.
gotta cook some shit.
Hey,
quick.
but I'm up for the challenge though. You know what I mean? Like I'm
yeah.
up to do something to like step outside my comfort zone or whatever.
Okay,
And
okay.
whatever I don't know, I'm just willing to learn it and take that as a lesson.
Okay. Yeah, right on.
So yeah. I'm not going in there to lose. I don't give a fuck if it's some shit I don't know how to cook. I'm still going in that bitch to try to win.
right. Yeah. Have to. at least try.
Yeah. I never go anywhere with the defeatist mentality. You know, that's not my style.
Okay, so here we go again. Oh God, I know where this is going.
This shit right here. This. I'm telling y'all, this man got that gas.
You know what I call this, man? You know what I call this right here, bro? So that's called the gangster gumbo. So I never made that up. That's actually Snoop. So Snoop back in the 80s and 90s, you know, they didn't have a lot of weed. So he'll tell his friends, like, yo, what you got? You know what I mean? You got to put it on the table.
Yeah.
So he'll get a blunt, strip it, and he'll take everyone's weed and mix it up. And he called it the gangster gumbo. So I have a little, like, jar. I just take all my random, you know, shavings, whatever, and buds and nugs, and you grind them up, and you just put all the shit there. So I twist it up, and it's the gangster gumbo.
Gangster gumbo, y'all. Gangster gumbo.
Yeah, just a mix of everything. I don't even know what the fuck we're smoking. Just a mix of everything. But
fuck it. It's good.
It's good, right? Yeah.
It's good.
Tasty.
That got me right. I ain't even need to hit it that many times, just once. Good.
Yeah, that's what you need.
Good. Melchor, so I know you got a bunch of pages on social media, my man. Where can everybody follow you at?
So just Melchor Manibusan, and you know, if you're into like the fight game, we have cauliflower culture. If you're into jiu-jitsu, it's Submit International or Submit INTL. And if you're into fighting, we have Brawl International. Spike 22 at what is the fuck? Spike 22 SBK Supply Company. We get Guam Amsterdam. At Guam Amsterdam. Let me see what else I'm at. And yeah, Pimp Guam, if you like some popsicles, SBK 22 MMA, and Spike Coffee Roasters. So we do, you know, yeah, that's it. It's the cannabis, coffee, and scraps. That's my thing.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah, follow if you have some time. Check it out.
And don't forget to follow me on Twitter, on IG at YupISaidIt Pod, where I'm talking my shit. I'm probably not sober some of the times, but don't worry about all that. Mel, thank you so much for coming on the podcast.
My man, thank you for having me, brother. Thank you so much, man.
Thank you. That's been another episode of the Yup, I Said It podcast. Don't forget to subscribe to the most electrifying and entertaining podcast on Guam. Y'all have fun, love life, and love yourselves. Peace.
Peace.